diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Iowa Hawkeyes, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Hawkeyes will boot it away to start the game. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So Nebraska's offense will have the football first. Last time these two rivals got together, guys, there were hurt feelings and some dead fish handshakes in the aftermath, and this might be just the recipe to cook up some revenge, Jesse.
Well, they're going to be motivated, that's for sure. The losing team, they have been hearing about that blowout loss now for a very long time. They had this game circled, David, all offseason, hoping to get that payback.
Oh, man, and you get all the quotes, all the people talking about, all those blowhards on all the different networks, i.e. us, talking about how bad it was and how embarrassing it was, and now you get a chance to get some payback. They're excited.
You know, and that's a route this offense practices all week long. You really have to have great timing when you're throwing these out routes. There's nothing a defender can do on that one. Perfectly thrown, well caught. Nice job getting his feet in bounds.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. And the Huskers will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Algier.
Now, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. There he goes! Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. The Huskers look to keep this drive humming. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Moving away from pressure. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
I like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throwaway.
A strike downfield. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. The Cornhuskers didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Looking to get it in. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
He was thinking touchdown on the scramble, but they're able to stop him short of the end zone.
You know, in these goal line situations, the field starts to shrink. It's easier to key in on these guys that you know can fly at the quarterback spot. Defense was locked in. Nice job on the 3rd and goal.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Looking to the end zone. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs. The Hawkeyes offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, winning at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Fires complete on the crosser. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Pass completion moves the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. I bet it felt good to hit that quarterback late until you got an earful from the coach and cost your defense 15. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. They'll leave it with him. Fighting off the defender. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
And it wasn't lack of effort by the running back. He was trying. He could tell he fought one guy off, but another guy in his face right away, just trying to do something. The offensive line needs to do a better job keeping some guys off this guy. Come on, man. Take care of your running back.
Looking to fire. He makes the grab. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Looking to throw for it. Grabbed in the middle. It's Traore. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. You just can't hit the quarterback like that. That is a dumb play, and the defender got caught red-handed. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. They'll go to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Finds his big tight end. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Quick strike complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play, in prime position for a score.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. Big fella moving. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Iowa! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before, so you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute with some points on the board.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And they can't make the connection on third down. And the Huskers will line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. Fair catch just inside the 40. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Leaves it with the running back. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.
Man, is it nice to be able to hand the football to a guy that can break tackles, that can make something out of nothing. Just, it makes it so much easier on offense. You can hit that big play, the big home run. Just the ability to break tackles can make a back really special.
That's what a modern fullback has to do, almost like a tight end, to be able to be there and be available for the quarterback in the passing game, Jeff.
Yeah, you got to be able to do a lot of different things, Reese, no doubt about it. It's not just blocking, but it's lining up at different spots all over the field as well, running routes, and then being a viable option for your quarterback.
Gets it past the marker for a first down, and that's the way we will wrap up the first quarter. We've come to the break, and Iowa has the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. To the air on first down. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe of the 48. Tough linebackers getting after quarterbacks. The Huskers have a rich tradition of that.
Yeah, and you think about the black shirts, and you hear that if you're a Nebraska fan, you know exactly what that means. Guys that are different, guys that see it, that hunt it, that go get the football like this guy just did.
They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were
turning it on. Runs through a tackle. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. And here comes the offense on second down. Wants to go up top. Looking to scramble. Now he'll let one fly down the left side. And it's incomplete after a shot on second down. They're staring at third. Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Huskers will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. Iowa has the ball back on offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that. Oh, he's got some space. Ripping through the defense. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. The Hawkeyes just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Running back searching for a hole. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Grab near the marker. It's Woods. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. Defense rolling out the big bodies to try to stuff the run.
Great execution on the RPO, and the receiver had some time to find the soft spot.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Hawkeye!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
It just looked like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Man, oh man, that ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have any.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Makes the grab on the left side. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all...
Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Husker! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing in the box because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Basically everything they've tried has worked, scoring a couple of touchdowns and a field goal on their first 3 possessions. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge game. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
To the air on 2nd down. With the catch, it's Woods. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup. And the Hawkeyes will snap it on 1st and 10.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
The Hawkeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Gives it to the back on the draw. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw.
Breaks into the open. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
This defense has got to be better in coverage. You want to get off the field, you got to keep defending. You got to do something to make the offense feel uncomfortable. So far, way too easy for this offense.
Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. And the Hawkeyes had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. To the ground, he's got it again.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle, but how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Here's the snap, looking to throw. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Extending the play. He'll pull. There he goes. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45.
And usually when a QB takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't do a great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Brings up 2nd down.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. He's got an open man. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
The Cornhuskers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position. And Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab. He's down at the 25-yard line. Waning moments of the first half. It is a first down. Curl route seems simple, but when you time it like that so it's right on him, man, that's a tough play to stop.
And give the receiver a lot of credit, too, because he knew where the sticks were. He got his depth on the route, and then he came.
He lobs one high down the left side. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they come up with a big play to make sure no more points go on the board before the end of the half. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Quick completion on the out. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. Going to swing it on second down. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And this has just been a passing clinic, really, by both offenses. They've effectively stretched these defenses, forcing the secondaries to cover every blade of grass, and they've still racked up big plays. Man or zone, pick your poison, or lay some blame at the feet of those pass rushers who can't do anything against the maulers on that offensive line. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I don't think defensively you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well. So you have to know where your answers are.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you could tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
The Hawkeyes in a good spot here with second and short. They'll try the left side. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Blasted as he lets it go. Intercepted.
Man, it's so frustrating as a coach because you go in the half and you're like, listen, this is what they've been doing. This is what we're getting. Let's go out and execute. And what do? First drive, you throw an interception, you turn the field position to the other side, create momentum immediately. This is an absolute disaster to start the second half.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Rides the back and leaves it. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback.
Turning it on! They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. The short hands, it's Cook. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires downfield. Caught over the middle, it's Cook. They finally get to him, and what a play there to pick up the 1st down. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Back to pass. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Iowa! Fired in from the red zone for the score. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this drive.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. He's got it inside the 25. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Catch in the middle, it's Bostic. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. And the Huskers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Handoff from the shotgun. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short. Here comes a 3rd down situation, and the defense hasn't been able to slow them down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. The Huskers come to the line in the hurry-up. A 1st down run in the red zone. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Great job by the defense that time, bowing up. You're on your own goal line, so you've got to be great against the run, and they forced that ball to go to the outside, use their speed to bring the ball carrier down.
QB draw. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Wideout trying to get it in. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost.
Iowa.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the 3rd and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll go to the air. Fires into the end zone. Oh, Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. And the Hawkeyes are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Defense is totally ready in this situation, too. Because of the field position with the offense backed up, they know they're going to try and run the ball, buy themselves some real estate, but they ain't having it. Lots of bodies in the box, close to the line of scrimmage, and they generate a TFL.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. The Hawkeyes come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Buys a little time. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
They're dealing with a second and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Fires to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on third and short from the 21. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking down the middle. Got his man downfield. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
We always talk about yak, and that was third and very manageable. They were just throwing the ball to the sticks, just trying to pick up a simple first. But when you've got playmakers like that can do things after the catch, any play can be an explosive one, and you saw it right there. Tremendous job getting it to him early, and he does the rest.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll run play action. Throwing right. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Makes the grab. It's Cook. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. And the Hawkeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Leaves it with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice.
And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And he will step out of bounds, but what a way to get the ball back for his offense. This should be the last play of the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
That's the end of the quarter, and Iowa is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late. And they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Big play. Takes him into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 47. The Cornhuskers are flying down the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen...
Fires one high and deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And it's just been frustrating to watch the inconsistency of this guy at QB, man. You've got to be able to stay in rhythm in an offense and stay ahead of schedule. And he's had a moment and he threw a touchdown pass, but more consistency, more finding the open guys, delivering it to them, and keeping this offense on schedule.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Trying to do it on the ground. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Huskers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And your decision to go for it on fourth down has a lot to do with your kicker. How strong is his leg? Some of these guys nowadays, they can boot the ball 50, 60 yards, no problem. Do I believe in him or do I go for it? And they believed in their offense, they went for it, and they got the first down.
It's complete to the left. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. The Huskers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Unleashes one deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And this is always the time in the game when coaches are absolutely watching. Like, which one of my guys mail it in and quit? And if you're the quarterback, man, you've been sacked a few times, you've turned the football over, like, continue to play, find some ways to maybe get a few first downs and make something positive happen.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Makes a grab past the marker. Guided out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 14. Move those chains without a hitch. Well, actually, with a hitch, but you get the point.
I like that. Nicely done. The defense probably should have understood the ball was coming out quick, something like a hitch, a slant, a screen, something fast. They didn't. QB gets it on the money. Receiver gets the extra yards. Easy pitch and catch for the first down.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
4th down.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. It's complete to the right. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Nebraska!
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
27, Nebraska, 14.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Snagged in the middle. It's Cook.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll try to do it himself. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. The Hawkeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
To the air on first down. He's open on the right, and he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. The Cornhuskers headed quickly to the line.
Hey, down in the fourth quarter, you better have a dude at the quarterback spot. They do, and they're going to trust him, and he's going to have to continue to deliver like this, making plays down the field, protecting the football, but we know he has the ability.
And on that outbreaking route, really it's designed for the receiver to make the catch before falling out of bounds. Nice timing and anticipation by the quarterback on that throw.
Caught near the sticks. It's busted. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now. If you're the play caller,
snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Cornhuskers.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
The give and tick, 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 tick. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28. Clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. Quarterback on the keeper. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Hawkeyes come to the ball, trying to pick up this 3rd and short. He's looking to pass. Under fire. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. The Hawkeyes line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Nestles it in at the 35. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The eyes now turn to the defense to see whether they can keep this lead intact late in the 4th. Going right to work up top. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
And on that last play, he's now over 400 yards passing.
Well, Reese, if you're going to throw for over 400 bills, you got to spread the praise around. Up front, they've done an outstanding job protecting this quarterback, and his receivers have been winning one-on-one.
Coming up for the first down. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. Pulls and fires complete to the right. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. And the Huskers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The give to the back. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Huskers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
That is how it's done. In the clutch, in the big time, your offense comes up with a big drive, puts points on the board. Now you tell your kicker, go knock this PAT through, take the lead. Nice execution by this offense.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
Fires to the wideout. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
And this is a big 3rd down for this offense, man. I'm really interested to see how they attack. Because this defense, you can tell, man, they're going to continue to play aggressive. Late in the football game, they want to get a stop, get the ball back to their offense. A good chess match going on right now.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. On 4th down, looking to pass. Unloads to the right. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down. Lost a throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Cook. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Looking to throw on 1st down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Oh, he's got some space. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Here's the handoff. Fights off the defender. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining. This game will come down to this, a field goal try to save them. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. And he kept that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. And there's a lot of celebrating going on over there, but there is still time left on the clock. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Cornhuskers Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Now in the waning seconds, Jesse, you've put yourself in position to pull this one out.
And there's a chance this may come down to the kicker, guys. So which hash mark does he like to kick from the best? You got to play call this.
Finds a spot in the middle. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the right. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
It's really hard to dial up big completions vertically down the field. At this juncture in the game, it's the fourth quarter, and the defense is playing with extra DBs on the field. They know you're going to throw it. Ball falls incomplete.
The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Man, what a great play by the defender there. Big-time players make big plays in big games, and against an outstanding wide receiver one-on-one, he's able to knock the ball away and force an incompletion late in the game with everything on the line.
They had the big play to start the drive, but a couple of misfires now leaves us with 3rd and 10. Pocket breaking down. Touchdown, Nebraska! They've got the lead here in the 4th. What a game. What a finish. Came down to one last play, and they get it done.
What a play to show up in that moment of the game and make that type of play. That type of individual effort is just magic, Dave.
No doubt. It's what you dream about, but those moments, you have to step up and make it. And big-time players like this come up and make a big-time play late in the game to get you the win.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.